to another JefeCast on the 7th of March. Happy belated birthday, Grandma. Her birthday was on the 1st. She got a call from me. Don't think this is the first time me saying happy birthday. I stay on top of that. But yeah, man, what's going on with y'all? Another day. Hold on. 1 second. Excuse me. My mic is very far from me. Let's bring it closer. Hold on. All right, now we're here. Yo, I have a whole lot to go over today. It's actually quite ridiculous. And I found majority of these headlines in the last hour. I just was sitting down, had my head down, looking for something. No, I'm gonna start here. I put this post out a few days ago. Who cares what it says? I'm gonna tell you what it says. It was on Thursday night till Friday morning. I was going to Philadelphia. So I went to work. I was watching WandaVision on the way driving to New Jersey. And I got to the store too early. So I had beaten all the managers and the key holders and all this stuff. So I'm like, well, let me take a quick 30-minute nap. That was the worst decision I made on Friday. I took this nap and I had one of the most vivid, realistic, horrifying dreams of my life. So remember, I drive for a living. So I was driving. It's like I never went to sleep. I'm still driving. And at some point as I'm driving, it's like my vision just went out. Like either I blacked out or either this happened so fast that I didn't see what happened, or I don't know. I just know 1 minute I'm driving. Next thing I know, I'm crashing head first into it was like a stone, the little stones they have on the side, like a barricade. Crashed into it. So I'm sitting there like, yo, there's no way I just crashed this truck. So I'm sitting there like, what I'm gonna do? And so I'm like, I'm gonna try to get it from one side of the road to the other. So I'm trying to drive the truck, but I can feel that one of my tires are flat. So I'm like bouncing, those big trucks you bounce. This is a dream, by the way. This is not real life. This is just, I was driving to Philly. I got there, I took a nap, and this is the dream that happened immediately, which made it feel so much more realistic. So I get to Philly. So I'm driving, I crash. I'm trying to get across the lane, but I can't turn the tires. I can't turn the wheel. Like, for some reason, the wheel won't turn. And then, like, the truck just sped up. Now I'm flying. Like, I'm going as fast as I can in a car that's missing a wheel. So I'm going real quick, flying down the street. And the next thing you know, the truck just starts spinning out. I want to say I went around like 3-4 times because I can remember like counting, like, oh, I could see like everything coming around. And then I was thrown out the truck, like thrown. I'm talking about 30-40 feet, tossed from my truck. But it was like Jesus was holding me and landed me on the ground softly, because like when I hit the ground, it was like I was placed on the ground. So I wasn't in pain. I was just sitting there like in shock, like, yo, how did I just survive this? Right? So as I'm like trying to get my thoughts together, I look to the left and it's a dump truck coming at me. I had to do like a backward Spider-Man roll. I get out the way of the truck. So now, and by the way, when the truck throws me out, when I get thrown from the truck, I watch the truck keep spinning and go off the side of the road and crash into whatever was down there. Then I had to duck the dump truck. So once I dodged the dump truck, I'm standing there trying to figure out what's going on. Like, I'm looking at my surroundings, and it's pitch black. It's a skinny street. It's pitch black, and it's just me. I'm like, okay. I can hear my phone, like, because when I drive, I usually have podcasts on or YouTube, or I'm watching Hulu or something. So I can hear the phone. I'm about to cough. I walk to the phone. I pick it up. It's one of my old phones. Doesn't even work. So I'm like, it was so random. So random. I used to carry those phones in my bag, but I don't no more. So I'm confused. But I can still hear the phone ringing. Like the phone's still playing. So I look, and it's literally like stuck to my side, like to my back. So I pull the phone off. And right as I'm like going to write my manager, I never saw the face of whatever this was. I just saw this animal look like a Tasmanian tiger come out of these, like it was like some tall grass from the side. It like came out the grass, but it's like for some reason my vision couldn't look down at it. I could only see the top of his back, and it was brown, and it was on its all fours walking towards me. And I took like a step or two back, and I fell. What type of dream would set me up like that? I fall, and the joint like lunged at me, and I like pulled myself out of the dream, like, whoa. And so I wake up in the truck, and I'm like, oh, that was a dream. I literally thought I was about to die. Horrible dream. Horrible dream. You know, one of my biggest fears being a truck driver is getting into one of those bad accidents, because I see it every day. I deal with these people. You know, I don't really get the amount of sleep I should during the week. So like days like yesterday when I get off work, you know, around 1 or 2, I end up sleeping the whole evening till like 5 in the morning. That's just my body trying to catch up on that sleep. So there's a lot of stuff that stuff that I worry about, and I just had to dream about it. It was very vivid. That's all. It was a very terrible dream to have. I don't hope to have that again. So let's get into the day, because I have so many things to go over. Let's start here. No. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Where do I want to start with y'all? Do we want to? Let's get into UFC.
Oh, there's the clinch.
Oh, nice knee there by Bohovic.
Oh.
Eugene Behrman said to Adesanya, it's a big right hand, that these are the rounds in which you got to showcase your superiority.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, beautiful takedown.
Beautiful double leg by Yami.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5.
Well, my man, what's his name? Asiano. He caught the loss last night. But you know what? He was undersized. He's a middleweight going up to light heavyweight. He ain't getting knocked out. It went to decision. So, hey, he might have lost the fight, but what a good fight to lose, right? Like, you go up and lose to the top champion of the next weight. You know, you had to basically try to go and match him and meet him on his grounds. And he didn't get punked. So good job, Adesanya. You may have lost, but you lost like a champion. And that's cool. My girl, Amanda Nunes. My girl, Amanda Nunes, yo, she definitely did damage last night. And this is a different way. This is a different victory for her. That was the card. We're going to talk about the top 3. I just talked about the first. She submitted her in the first round. That woman is powerful. I remember when I underestimated her, thinking when Ronda Rousey was coming back, like, yeah, Rousey won't get her out the way. Nope. I spent $60 to watch Rousey get killed, and I was so disappointed in that. And then I watched Nunez take on Cyborg, and here I am again, underestimating it. Cyborg going to get her, crushes Cyborg. I'm talking about Nunez crush Cyborg. That's when I was like, okay, she's the truth. She just went through Rousey and Cyborg in like a minute and a half combined time. Then she fought the last chick, maybe her last two fights or whatever. Got him out the way. But then this, doing the submission, ooh, that adds a whole nother dimension to her fighting style. Now you got a whole nother thing to worry about. You already had to worry about her power. And you got to worry about her submitting you too. Unless she give those titles up, I don't see nobody beating her. Because if she can come in as big as she did against Cyborg, which I thought that she put that weight on so she could absorb her punches, it looked like she more so put that weight on so she can deliver punches. That was a brutal fight. So good fight for her last night. Then there was some controversy in this fight here with Sterling, where he won the title, but it was off an illegal knee that was delivered that really shook him up. I guess the ref stopped the fight, saying that he couldn't go any further, and so he won the title, but he didn't want the title that way. But I mean, pick up your title, man. He felt that he was losing and he had to capitalize. But take your title. I mean, you won it the way you won it, but you're the champion. And just give him a rematch, get prepared, and go back in there ready to do damage. That's all. But good card. I love a good fight. And it is what it is. I'm going to just randomly toss this in your girl, K. Michelle. K. Michelle. Her booty bust. Let's watch. Oh, booty bust. Look, she trying to keep it off the screen now. She's like, brush my butt. Watch it. Watch. It's going to bust. Right? Let me grab that butt. Yeah, she was tripping. See, that's when you don't need fake butts, women. Just keep the bodies you got. Fake butts, fake breasts, fake lips, fake chins, cheeks. Good Lord. Well, that's what you get. No offense. I mean, good looking woman. I seen her before she had the shots. She didn't need them, in my opinion. But who am I? I'm just a guy. Donald Trump. YouTube says it will reverse its ban on Donald Trump's channel when the risk of violence has decreased. Will it ever decrease when there's a guy like Donald Trump that holds a lot of people's ear? Will it? I mean, like, it's going to be 10 years. You're going to have to go through maybe 2 or 3 presidents before people start, even stop thinking about him. So let's see. YouTube CEO said the site will reverse its ban on Trump when the risk of violence has decreased. The company suspended his account in January following the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Facebook and Twitter also took action against Trump due to an increased risk of violence. Visit the business section of Insider for more short. Let's see. It says the company suspended him following the January 6th Capitol riots after it found videos on his account that violated YouTube's policies over incitement of violence. But I don't know who this. I can't spell it. His name is W-O-J. I mean, I can't say it. I can't pronounce it. W-O-J-C-I-C-K-I. Wojcicki comments Thursday during an interview with the think tank Atlantic Council point to a potential end to the company's actions against the former president. We will lift the suspension of the Donald Trump channel when we determine that the risk of violence has decreased. The CEO said Trump's account remained locked due to the risk of incitement of violence, especially as the Capitol Police anticipate a potential militia threat at the U.S. Capitol on Thursday. Was it? This must have been a couple of days. I meant to get out, do a podcast a couple of days ago, but I didn't. So I guess I'm a little late with reporting this. But it says, I think it's pretty clear that the elevated risks still remain. In a statement to Insider, a YouTube spokesperson said, while a first active strike normally results in a 7-day suspension from uploading new videos and live streams, we extended the suspension on Donald J. Trump's channel due to the continued risk of violence. Our teams are monitoring the situation closely and will lift the suspension when we determine a decrease in the risk of real world violence. But like I said, as long as there's people that think like him and that feel like they were robbed or he was cheated out of the election, so he may never get his platforms back, and maybe that's in the best interest because it seems like he's irresponsible. When you hold that type of influence, you just can't go out here saying anything. You know, somebody, some people, some group, some following may actually take you up on what you're saying. But it's Donald Trump. Biden's America is Back pledge leaves the world unimpressed. Now, I had this somewhere. I can't necessarily find it, but this is the article. I'm going to see if I can read it. Evidence of this remarkable additional change is found in the recent survey by the European Council on the Foreign Relations. Now, hold on. What they're talking about is apparently a lot of these foreign people, countries don't believe in the United States' ability to be that strong leader, and they are in the belief that in the next few years, China will become the most powerful country and will be the leader, and will be the number one leader in the nation, in the world, basically, with how we are seen, they will be seen. Evidence of this remarkable additional change is found in the recent survey by the European Council on Foreign Relations of public opinion in its 11 member states. The most startling finding of this poll is that majorities in key member states now think the U.S. political system is broken, that China will be more powerful than the U.S. within a decade, and that Europeans cannot rely on the U.S. to defend them. Particularly alarming is that among America's historically closest allies, the conviction that the U.S. political system is broken is strong. 66% of the French, 71% of the Germans, and a shocking 81% of the British. So in light of these numbers, it's less surprising that the margins well over 2-1. European public opinion is that conflicts between the U.S. and China or Russia, their countries. Let me see if I continued it. I think I might have skipped down. So basically, the practical consequences of this new reality, as well illustrated by the tepid reception perceived by President Biden at the recent Munich Security Conference, where the European Union's principal leader, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, made clear the EU is all on its recent trade pact with China, and that Germany is fully committed to the completion of the Nord Stream 2 natural gas pipeline with Russia. Despite strenuous U.S. objections, France President Emmanuel Macron further aggravated the U.S. delegation by renewing his call for European strategic autonomy, which would involve a separate European army from NATO. In a subsequent speech, Macron added insult to injury by pointedly denouncing the American political cultural phenomenon of wokenness as, and I think, I can't remember. I can't find where I had it. It'll take me a couple of seconds, but you get the point. Interesting. It's a lot of stuff that Biden is doing, and if you really look into it, it's no good. I'll give you a quick, and I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden supporter. I just find facts and I say what I see. So it shows Trump versus Biden, their tax plans. So Trump's was 21%. Biden's is 28. Trump's was for income and payroll taxes. Trump's is 37. Biden's is 52. For small business taxes, Trump's was 29.6. Biden's is 39.6. And for capital gains and divided taxes, Trump's was 23.8%, while Biden's is 43.4%. And it goes deeper if you really look into some of this stuff. I'm just going just to going on the record to say, like, your personal hatred for somebody shouldn't always be the reason why you vote a certain way. You should really, like, I mean, it's tough to say because Trump was definitely talking that crap, It was like he would say certain stuff to rile people up, but then he would be doing stuff that was like really trying to get the economy back. So it's like, on one hand, it's like, really, bro. On the other, it's like, personally, I don't take politics that serious. I feel like they will say what they need to say to the given audience that they feel will give them the most votes, whether it means coming off sounding like an a-hole or but I really feel like Trump, I don't know if he did some research or numbers, but he felt that if he went after that America that he directed those messages to, if he went after them, that it would bring him the victory that he just wanted so bad. So ended up happening. And I mean, is that him at heart? I'm not sure. I don't know him. But he's Trump's he's like a character. He's a guy on TV. He's a personality, So he's used to making drama sales, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the same thing. You can sit there and Biden and Bill Clinton or Obama or George Bush or Sanders, all these people can go up here and say whatever they want in front of the mic. Then it doesn't mean that's who they are. It's just what they're saying at this given point in time to get your vote and get your, support. Whatever. I'm just saying. Let's not mistake that people still do what they do in their personal time. Then you end up like you'll see a tape of that person, randomly secret tape years later, and he's doing something that contradicts everything that he sat there and spoke on at the podium. But whatever. We'll see what happens with Trump. I'm not done with Trump. I have more news on him, but he's a trip. I saw this post on Facebook. So I put it on here because I want to talk about it. After a nigga eats my A, I don't give a F what you go out and do. You know who B you is. See, guys, the guys who do that, how do you feel? How do you feel right now reading that? Read it again. You read it. I'm not trying to get demonetized, so I'm not going to say everything that it says in here, but you can read that, right? How do you feel knowing that after you thought that you was doing that for your girl, she feels like that about you? See, that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't put myself in those positions of powerlessness. No, because of this right here. She said, I don't even care. I don't even care what you go and do. I don't care. You eat my butt, and that's all that matters. You're going to come back to this butt. I'm just going to make you eat it tonight, just in case if I think you did something. Hey, that's y'all loss, not me. Nobody has that power. There is not a human being in this world, not a one woman in this earth that can go and open their mouths and speak and say such a thing about me. Never. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, next year, next century, next life. None of that. That's crazy. Wow, that should just blow your mind. If you're a guy who does that right now, you should be sitting there like, that's right. She don't be texting me when I leave. Yeah, cause you her skirt, you fool up in there. Look at that with some butt. Not tripping, man. Look, get your full game together, brother. My full game together, brother. I don't, my women don't even ask for things that way, like that, because they're so taken care of with what God intended us to do. They're not even thinking of that. They're like, why even try something that's ridiculous? Because this is just like, I'm just saying. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I am. You see me? I pat myself. That's because it's just what it is. Scorpio life, or just me, the ultimate Scorpio. Halloween, I'm a Scorpio. Mr. October. Let me not get into that. Moving forward. So, COVID-19 in Maryland, 932 new cases reported, 11 new deaths. Let me leave that for a second. Doesn't that suck? Don't you think that they go up here, cases is going down, and everybody all excited. Like that lady, that white lady I got on my page. She's walking around with no mask. And I'm just like, if that was a black guy that was standing in there with no mask, I'm telling you, there would have been issues. It's on my IG and Facebook. It should. She's in there maskless. I was just like, okay, I see. I was like, is she vaccinated or something? Like, what, she got a sticker that say? I just didn't understand. I mean, she was in there bold, like, yes, turkey and ham, please. Toasted American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, please. So it says Annapolis, Maryland. The Maryland Department of Health reported Saturday 932 new cases of COVID-19 and 11 more deaths as a result of the virus. The state of Maryland recorded 386,610 positive COVID-19 cases and 707,759 deaths. The positivity rate increased slightly from 3.28%. Let's just call it 3.29. I mean, let's just call it 3.3%. Friday to 3.35. Okay, so it's 0.07%. The number of hospitalizations fell by 19 to 830. Huh? The number of hospitalizations fell by 19. Oh, fell by 19. Okay. To 830. Of those, 600 people were in acute care and 230 were intensive. The state has now seen more than 8 million COVID-19 tests conducted amid the pandemic. Of the 8,664,462 tests, 3,032,496 people have tested negative. In terms of the vaccines, the health department reports 1,533,264 doses have been administered. Of those 987,640 were first doses and 545,562 were second doses. 24-hour increases of 18,113 and 12,832 respectively. So let's see. And making a vaccine right now in our city, and we can't get a vaccine. I guess it's the people that's in Baltimore. They say go on the computer. This is public housing. Not everybody has a computer. Baltimore City data shows just under 38% of the people getting vaccinated at the sites in Baltimore are from the city. Information from the State Department of Health shows white Marylanders are being vaccinated at a rate more than twice that of black Marylanders. The group said to get more people, there needs to be more distribution sites. On Thursday, Governor Larry Hogan announced a new plan that will oversee vaccine distribution. We are announcing the very first vaccine equity operations plan of any state in America to further address the health disparities and the issues of equity, the governor said. So, sheesh. Baltimore County is killing it. Nope. Prince George's County is killing it with the most. Nope. Montgomery County is killing it with the most deaths with 1,381. Prince George's County with 1,310. Baltimore County. Well, if you put Baltimore County and Baltimore City, it will be over 2,000. But we just do county. It's 1,258. Baltimore City 858. Put those 51,000 cases, 40,000 cases for Baltimore City, 51,000 for Baltimore County, 74,000 cases PG, 63,000 Montgomery. It's crazy. So, moving forward. Hold on, excuse me. Let me make sure I get in everything. So they're saying they're breaking it down by race and ethnicity. They got African Americans, 111,000. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Snapped is on TV. You know these murderers. They get your attention. 111,763 cases with 2,666 deaths. Asians 8,824, 270 deaths. Whites 134,401 cases, 3,981 deaths. Hispanic 62,202 cases, 711 deaths. Then they put data not available 71,138. Probably me. They don't get no data on me. I am not here. You do not see me. The case being, people, apparently it's not going to be over. And like your boy Fauci say, go and get your double mask on. You know? Just double mask it. Just go ahead, just cover all of this up and just have an eye hole out. You'll be in the zone. Barely breathing, but hey, you'll be COVID free. So. Alrighty then. Where was I? Who is this? Oh, Gorilla Glue. Oh man. So the Gorilla Glue girl, right? She was trying to basically find somebody that can get this glue out of her hair. And eventually some plastic surgeon doctor had taken her up and said he would do it, for free. In the conversation or in the consultation or whatever was going on, he offered, to give her like breast reduction or some of her breasts. Let me get it right. Some of her breasts, because it was making her head hurt. Like she was getting scalp damage. She made a general mistake. I thought that she did it on purpose because I didn't necessarily read it, but after really reading it. So after consultation with Dr. Obing about a mommy makeover, which included a breast lift. Anytime you have that kind of consultation, there's usually a breast exam involved. Some people are now saying this is the good Lord working in mysterious ways because the doctor discovered 2 lumps in each of Tessica's breasts. Fortunately, she has at this time already had lumpectomies to remove them, and they have been sent off to test for cancer. We can only hope that her results are non-cancerous and the rest of her existence is as pain-free as possible. So, wow. Had she not met this guy, Gorilla Glue Girl, if she had not met this doctor who was going to give her a full makeover and was giving her like some type of breast reduction or something, he found 2 lumps in each of her breasts. So that might have saved her life. We don't know if it's cancerous or not yet, but what a find. Things happen for a reason. That was random. That's a random way to find out, but glad she found out, and I hope she gets well or is well. So this was something that I saw, and then I saw the video. Somebody he did something gross on the bench. I saw the video. You tell me if it's as gross as they made it seem to be, because I mean, a little scratch on your ear, then a little nose rub. Guys do that. I thought they was going to show them all in the ear. Then in the mouth or something. Or, yeah. Whatever. But that wasn't nothing. I thought that wasn't even. This is my face seeing that.
One of them. Yeah, he's looking like, did that just happen?
That was just a terrible. I just love that face they makes. That's the purpose. That's just the face. Like that is my literal expression when I be playing 2K20, 21 sometimes. And let me just say, I wasn't going to talk about that, but let me just say real quick. If this by any chance can somebody get this 2K21, yo, what's up with y'all? What happened? What happened? You can't make open shots unless you shoot green. Are you kidding? Bro, you can't shoot with the analog no more, and it's. I mean, I'm complaining, but my team is like 67-1, right? So it's not like I'm doing bad, but yo, like, just open bricks all the time. It's just completely baffles me. Like, yo, come on. I used to really enjoy games. Now I be thinking like before I play this game, I'm like, is this game gonna blow me? Is it gonna blow me? I just be like, I think it is, and I leave it alone. I put the game down. Isn't that sad? So for some local news, Beltsville, Prince George's County man sentenced in connection with a fatal crash which killed 3-year-old child. So I'm not necessarily sure if this was his child, because when I was reading it, it was saying like that didn't have the seatbelt buckled, and so I would think the child would be in his car. Let's see. U.S. District Judge Paul W. Grimm today sentenced Christopher Andrew Smith, age 31, in Beltsville, Maryland, to 18 months in federal prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release for involuntary manslaughter, reckless driving, driving without a license, and failure to place a child in a safety seat in connection with a fatal car crash on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway on February 5th, 2018, in which a 3-year-old child was killed. A federal jury convicted Smith of those charges on January 29th, 2020, after a 2-day trial. The sentence was announced by acting United States Attorney for the District of Maryland, Jonathan F. Lenzner, and Chief of Police Pamela A. Smith of the U.S. Park Police. So according to the trial testimony and court documents on February 5th, 2018, Smith drove a 2011 Nissan Altima onto BW Parkway, accompanied by a male passenger in the front seat and the passenger's 3-year-old daughter in the back seat. An eyewitness reported that Smith was driving at a high rate of speed when he attempted to pass the witness's vehicle on the right shoulder. Near the exit of Route 198, Smith lost control of the vehicle on the shoulder and then swerved into the left lane of the parkway before crashing into a tree in the wooded median. Smith was found partially ejected from the sunroof. Oh my goodness. While the male passenger was found underneath the vehicle. Jesus. Both men sustained critical injuries and were evacuated by helicopter to hospitals for immediate treatment. The 3-year-old girl was declared deceased at the scene. She was not secured with a child safety seat or seatbelt. So, hey, I always tell y'all this. Stop driving like fools. Like, if you have somewhere to go, you should leave and get there on time. And if you're late, if you're even 2 minutes late to work, if you're 10 minutes late to work, if you're 3 hours late to work, you're still late to work. So you rushing through traffic and possibly putting not just you, somebody else's life in danger. Because that wasn't even his child. His friend, that's not going to be his friend ever again. You killed my daughter because you were driving like you had no sense. We would never talk again. Right? So 18 months for my life, for the life. The child barely lived 18 months. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all really need to think about that when you're dipping through traffic, when you're driving angry, when you're late for work, you're late. It's not gonna make a difference. You're late. It is what it is. You know, I'll never forget. I'll never forget the accident me and my father was in. I was probably like 4 to 5, because he was living in Old Crest Towers, and my dad didn't buy a lot of toys for me. So I specifically remember buying me this blue remote control truck, and we was coming back from the store. And to this day, I don't know what the reasoning, what made this woman do what she did. Um, but she was like 4 or 5 cars back in the. So it's like this, you know. We're here. This is. So we're at the red light. She has the green, but it's going yellow and it's going red now. Here we go. I don't know if she was late for something or what, but she jumps around the 4 cars and races, tries to beat the light that's already red, and we're already driving through. Ah! Smack this on our side, my side. Of course, I was in the back seat, but my side of the back. You know, I remember waking up, then facing the opposite direction. I don't know how long. It could have been just like a quick boom, just out for a second. It came to. I can't recall. I just remember being. I know when I when I woke up, I was facing the opposite direction, and this woman was thrown from her car in the middle of the street, across the street. It looked like she was. I don't know. I don't think she was thrown out her window. I want to say she was thrown out her passenger seat, out her passenger door. I mean, yo, like, and they hella backed her out of there, and we were fine. I remember the police gave us a ride home, and I'm gonna tell a little embarrassing story, but I was 4 years old, and I just literally got smacked out my boots. So it's not an embarrassing story to me. It's a story that happened. So I'm in the car, in the police car, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, something feel funny. I just keep moving, like, what is that, right? So I get to the apartment. I go to the bathroom. I'll never forget this. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I look, pull out my pants, and it was like a little Hershey Kiss poop in the middle of my drawers. They literally knocked the crap out of me. And my father, I think I just told him that within like the last 5 years. I took those because I was so embarrassed that at 4 or 5 years old, I had literally pooped myself. Like, but it was like it was literally like a Hershey Kiss, like a little acorn. I took it, balled it up, threw it with the trash. But I don't know what I was embarrassed for. I just got into an accident. I was only 4 years old, 5 years old. But I remember it like it was yesterday. Because we wasn't living in Atlanta. My dad didn't take over that house yet. So it had to be 4 to 5. Anywho. So an IG model reveals she was born with 2 vaginas. And one of those vaginas is now pregnant. Does that sound crazy? Did you hear the wording? Let's read it again. IG model reveals I was born with 2 vaginas, and one of them is now pregnant. I don't know what to say about that. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. I don't know what to say about that. 2 vaginas? Are they side by side? Is one on top of the other? Like, is it like, oh my goodness, though. Oh my God, could you imagine they 2? The stimulation, she probably say, could you imagine rubbing both of them at the same time? She probably be like, ah! Explode. She probably tell them, look, you can only mess with one. I can't be overstimulated. My body can't take it. I don't have 2 hearts. This is a random video of a Asian man kicking a woman kicking her out the I guess the nail salon. So, anyways, a popular Instagram model gained close to 1 million. Who cares? Who cares about that? She revealed to the world that she was born with a rare birth defect, which gave her 2 vaginas, and now one of those vaginas is pregnant. I am curious, just curious to see what that looks like. They're side by side. They have to be. I would be completely. Did she tell people before like they go to that next level? What would you say if she didn't tell you and you like, yeah, girl, I'm about to be drinking this damn Hennessy. Like, what? I don't even know. Like, what would your set? Would you like, ah? Or would you be like, yo, this is cool? Like, how would you carry that? Wow, 2 vaginas. If they would stack like one on one, that would be weird. But it's side by side. That is mind blowing. Does she have to pee from both? Does she have to pee at 2 different times? Like one vagina has to pee at one time, but the other one doesn't. Wow. But then the other one has to. Wow, that is amazingly crazy. And if this is the chick, it's like one picture of her. She seems cute, but I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to take a. I don't know. That's crazy. I could not imagine seeing that in my face. Like, look at the time. My mom was calling. The model name is Evelyn, and she's one of the most popular IG models in Australia. Evelyn's deformity called uterus didelphys. Uterus didelphys means that she literally has 2 vaginas, each with their own cervix, uterus, and one ovary attached to each side. One uterus is far to the right side and one far to her left side. And Evelyn used each vagina differently. I'm about to read this next part. I'm about to geek. Hold up. Don't laugh. Uncontrollably. You gotta stay together. MTO News learned that the model explained, I use one vagina for escorting and one side for personal sex. I no longer escort and am now 6 months pregnant in my right vagina with my fiance.
One of them. Yeah, he's looking like, did that just happen?
I can't believe that is what she did with both of her vaginas. No, not the left side. The right side. Oh, you're paying? Oh, no. Not the right one. Hold on, soldier. The left side. Hey, bruh. I'm no judge. And you know, that is crazy. I have never heard of a woman having 2 vaginas, first of all. But then she says herself that she used one side to escort and the other for personal sex. My mind is blown. I read like the top part. I didn't read the whole thing. My mind has literally been blown after reading that. She has 2 vaginas. And she says her right vagina is pregnant. And she has a fiance. So did the fiance know she was escorting? Was he one of the escorters, but then got her pregnant and became the fiance? Or was he a personal guy that was hitting it on the right side? It's 2021. It's 2021. I don't really know what to say after that. The Tiger King. He calls out his husband. He calls his husband out on Twitter. Poor Tiger King. Not as poor as this woman with two vaginas who's using one to escort and the other for personal days. But poor Tiger King. I do believe he may have been framed, but hey, he might have been as vengeful and spiteful enough to actually go through it. So who's to say? Anybody can play the victim. But just gonna read what it says here. Money destroyed my entire family. I won't allow it to kill my soul. You win, Dylan, Jeff, Duncan, Curl. Come March 22nd for this Travis birthday, I'm going to keep his promise I made the day he died. I don't need the fame, the money, or the bullshit. You can have it all. It's pretty sad to be in prison. It still mean effing nothing that y'all can't even answer a phone. I see where I stand. Justice for Joe Exotic, Tiger King. That's a real truth about life is let me just say this real quick. His husband responded and said, he and I, like everyone in the relationship, go through their ups and downs. This is magnified by the fact that our relationship is very public and the fact that one of his only outlets is social media. I'm not about to read through this extremely long post from his husband, but oh Joe, one thing I do know, when you get locked up, brother, they ain't thinking about you no more, bruh. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. They go on with their life, Sucks. It's the truth. So it was a prostitute. She was charged with murder after a man dies after 6 rounds of sex. So I did check out the video, not of a actual video of them having sex, but there's a video of her explaining what happened and how she was breaking it down on him. She was dropping it low on him so hard that his heart couldn't keep up with him. I mean, it's the dude is literally still laying in the bed dead in the video. Like they're talking to her, she's standing up right like maybe 10, 15 feet from him, and he over in the bed, and she just like, look, we did this, we did that. I did a flip upside down handstand, drop it low, pick it up slow. You know what I'm saying? Did a little wop action, did a little pop action. He threw some bands in the air. I dropped down and picked up the bands. I dropped it down on him. You know what I'm saying? I did a little spin kick, a little spit shine. And next thing I know, I tried to wake him up. He was dead. Wow. That's crazy. She put it on him like that. I'm just like, look, don't put it on me like that. I'm trying to live, I hope she doesn't get taken, get charged with this, but she was taken into custody and has been charged with involuntary homicide, a charge that carries up to 10 years in prison. There's no way. I mean, at the most, if you're giving her time for being a prostitute, she'll only be like a day in jail. Like, come on, cut it out. But you can't give her a murder charge because she was riding the man to death. Literally, you can't put her in jail because she was riding the man to heaven. All right, he went out the right way. He should be so lucky. So I'm about to drop some pictures on you real quick from my old Naomi Campbell. Had to block her out because she was dropping the nips and everything in the pictures. Like 50 years old, look good. 50 years old. But yeah, she got the nips and tips out, so I had to put something over there. And the second one, it's 4 of them, but I put 2. This one shows she still got the figure. Does Campbell have any kids? I don't follow those people's personal lives. I don't know, but it's crazy. Hey, Duke Blue Devils lost. Losers. Just want to throw that out there. Hey, Brian Cantaloupe, if you're watching, Tar Heels beat y'all. That's my team all day. We're going to beat y'all again and again and again and again. And any other Duke fan, and again. Moving forward. I heard. No. Let me not jump. What is this? Oh, it's Joe Exotic. What's this? I don't know what that is. Oh, I might be a wrong post. But look at Kanye West with his no mustache. Yeah, man, Kanye looks weird. I don't know. He looks like Paul Mooney. He looks like Paul Mooney. He looks upset. He looks upset. Maybe because of this. So apparently, Drake has said in some bars. Let me see if I got it on here. Drake has said and made like a. Let me pull it up. So Drake says, the 34-year-old Drake name check Kanye on the track Wants and Needs. Yeah, I probably should go link with Yeezy. I need me some Jesus. But as soon as I start confessing my sins, he wouldn't believe us. And so a lot of fans are believing that is an admission that Drake had an affair with Kim K. And he told Kanye about it, and Kanye didn't believe it. So, who cares? I mean, like, dog, that's the elite. The rich are going to sleep with the rich. Kim K, she hasn't. You act like she's only been exclusive to one man her whole life. No, she's slept with many athletes and stars, and she's going to continue to. Now that she's single again, I wonder who's next on her list. Maybe she'll be single for a while. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe she'll come to the DMV. Now scoop her up. So a pristine Kobe rookie card sells for nearly 1.8 billion. Well, I have a pristine LeBron and Carmelo card. I'm trying to keep those for Kennedy and Amelia. I don't even want to sell them. I want to keep them for them. Y'all sell them. Yeah, but maybe we can catch them one day and y'all can catch them one day and get a signature off of them. So back to Kanye looking funny. This is what Twitter and stuff has been saying about him. He looks younger, bisexual, and completely different. LOL. Him and Corey Gamble look like brothers. Kanye. He looks like a pedo that drives a van. Whose fat uncle is this? This isn't Kanye. Is he transitioning? Why do people got to be so cruel? But he does look like Paul Mooney. He does. He does look like Paul Mooney. Leave him alone. He already losing his wife. And then you got Drake talking about he beat his wife cheeks up, and he making songs about it. Eventually somebody will get murdered out of this situation. All right, I'll keep playing with that crazy man. Drake talking about the six. It's so hard and stuff. All right, Kanye from Chi-Town. Keep playing with him. Messing, making jokes about this woman. Pause. Before I go into this next one, this is about him. This guy. Do y'all see the pose? Like, what? He has a purse. He's wearing a purse. So apparently he has some a transgender woman calling him out. Basically, I guess he said something in the song about the transgender woman and the transgender woman had basically thought that he was talking or referencing her. So I'm like, well, you know, is what does the transgender woman look like? Lil Uzi Vert. I mean, like, is it that hard to identify what a transgender woman looks like? That is bullcrap. That's not fair to us straight men. You got to tell us, you got to say something first. You got to say what it is. That's too close. That looks like a legit female. I'm not mad at anybody doing the thing, but tell me, because if I would have saw her in person, you wouldn't have. Be real. You would have been able to tell. Be real. Don't lie. Don't sit there in your house, in your car, and lie. Be real. Be real. Would you ever tell? No. You would not. You would not be able to tell. You would just think they got bread, they got a little plastic surgery done or something, but you wouldn't be able to tell. That's crazy. I would have been like, bruh. The work is getting that good to the point where, like, I mean, you cannot tell. That looks like a born, not saying. You get what I'm saying? Like, that look like there ain't no stubble or no neck. No, that's crazy. That is crazy. Good job. Good for her. But I just thought that, like, man, science is really getting. Wow, that is. All I'm saying is, if you are and you're talking to a straight man, just please notify us. Please don't spring it on us. Or like the guy, maybe your work is done so well, the man can't tell at all, nothing, even when y'all go through the whole situation. Please tell him before y'all go through the situation. Please, please, please let that be his decision to make. Don't do no tricks. That's not fair. Because that looks like a legit. Skip Bayless inks another $32 million deal with Fox after they failed to get Stephen A and him back together. Hey, that would have been awesome. I love Shannon Sharp, though. So I guess that worked out for the best. They're making a lot of money for being hosts for these shows. Like, good Lord. They must be pulling in some serious ratings. I wonder if I can see if what their ratings are. Real quick, I did see that Embiid and Simmons are out of the All-Star game over contact tracing. Who were y'all around? If you can go back and find the person who you traced it, contracted it from, they should be fired. God damn it. Let me see. First Take ratings. I must know. Like, what are they pulling in? Versus Undisputed. Wow, they got it. Let's see. Okay, so ESPN First Take is must be like the real big dog, and Undisputed is. It has a good audience, but it's not as big as First Take. But I would have loved to see them, even though I love Shannon Sharp. They used to get at it. They used to go at it. I do love Shannon Sharp, so it does. I guess that's for the best. Cause I don't want to see Shannon Sharp with nobody else but Skip. Because Skip just brings a certain type of. I like Skip, but Skip gets on my damn nerves. Is this T.I.? It's up when T.I. was trying to negotiate another plea deal. You hear me say another, right? Hold on, let me see if I can read the message with y'all. Because he killed me with the I can hear him in his voice too. Lord, please grant me serenity. You know, he be talking all like in that movie Extra Slow. Lord, please grant me serenity. Hold on. It's a screenshot, isn't it? Where is it? That's freaking ridiculous. Where you go? If I screenshot it for y'all, I have to have it. Oh, that's what that was. So it says that T.I. and Tyna's attorney, Steve Sato, released the following statement. Clifford T.I. and Tamika Harris deny in the strongest possible terms these unsubstantiated and baseless allegations. We are confident that if these claims are thoroughly and fairly investigated, no charges will be forthcoming. These allegations are nothing more than the continuations of a sordid shakedown campaign that began on social media. The Harrises implore everyone not to be taken in by these obvious attempts to manipulate the press and misuse the justice system, he said in the statement. But Trouble Man on this IG post put, "No weapon formed against us shall prosper. We vehemently," I can hear him saying that too, vehemently deny all these disgusting anonymous allegations. Not today, Satan. God is real. He don't play about us. And that really says Satan, right? Satan is Satan. That's Satin. I'm just saying. That's where that statement came from. This right here. Now it makes sense. Yeah. At a virtual press conference today, Attorney Blackburn claimed that the Harrises reached out to him through me, supposedly to make a deal. That is patently false. I reached out to see if he was sharing information since his name was posted on Instagram as the attorney for Sabrina Peterson. Blackburn repeatedly refused to provide the names of his accusers, clients, or any corroborating or supporting evidence of his groundless claims. The Harrises repeat that they are confident if a thorough and fair investigation is conducted, no charges will be brought. That is the lawyer who basically is responding to the allegation that he had tried to reach out for a plea deal, or they had tried to reach a plea agreement or something like that. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over those. I think. So I had seen this. An Amazon customer in stitches after asking delivery driver to hide parcel from kids, which is basically the the package. As you can see, where it is, it's up in the door, and I guess it came down and hit the man in the face and gave him stitches. But where else were they supposed to put it? You know, you gotta give specific directions, like where you want it to be. You can't just say anywhere and give the guy full discretion to put it where he wants to put it, and he put it there. You didn't see it, so it was obviously a good spot. You know, a good spot. They said they found another super Earth. It should appease all of the you know, the alien bound Mars want to live on different planets people. They say the scientists have found a new super Earth relatively nearby, and it is kind of planet. It is the kind of planet they say they have been dreaming for years. The world could be a perfect place to better understand how atmospheres exist on rocky planets like our own that are outside the solar system. Researchers say the new world is called Gillespie 486b and is referred to as super Earth because it is solid and rocky like our own world, but much bigger. Despite the name, it is in many ways unlike Earth. It is 30% bigger and nearly 3 times heavier. And it is so hot that its surface could melt. Lead and lava rivers covers its surface. It is found around a star just 26 light years away, a relatively close neighbor given the scale of the universe. Gillespie 486b orbits around and close to a red dwarf star that allowed researchers to find it in the first place. One of the reasons it is so exciting is because it is a transiting planet, allowing scientists to examine it as it crosses in front of its star. It makes itself visible to scientists who can examine its atmosphere. Unusually, it can be seen in two ways, as well as being spotted as it crosses its stars. It can also be detected through Doppler radial velocity, which looks for planets in the way their gravity wobbles of the stars, and sticking the two together could allow them for even more detailed understanding of the planet and its atmosphere. That atmosphere is especially exciting too, so hot that it's puffed up by the temperature, letting astronomers measure it. Uh, so it says the surface temperature is 430 degrees. And so far, it's too hot to support life that is anything like us. But they're trying to go and find out, more research on the atmosphere. For anybody who believes that they can get 17 light years away at some point, there you go. Have fun with trying to get to super Earth and to Mars and wherever else they're trying to send you. Have fun with that. Me, I'm gonna stay here. If I'm gonna die with the planet, I'm gonna die right with the planet, right here. I'm born here, die here. I'm not going interstellar, same Star Trek, Star Wars, none of that. I'm not doing it. It's gonna take too long. I'm not riding on no ship for 4 years with a bunch of people who might not know how to shower. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. So no, I'm good. You have fun with that though. Y'all go here. They found it. It's too hot for us to live, and it's too far to get there. But if you think you can, Godspeed. If y'all know who this is, she is official. I have found out something about her. Her name is like Eliza Abara, and I had seen her randomly, and I was like, "Whoa, who's that?" Check her out. If that's something you into. She's tall. She got a tall frame. Mm-hmm. Yes. So I got to watch my show. I love the finale. What y'all think? Hold on. Which one is first? Is it this one? Is it that one? Is it this one?
You're gonna need me.
I kirked when she turned to the little Scarlet Witch show. I know. Y'all was all expecting Xavier or Magneto or Quicksilver. And I told y'all should temper your expectations. It wasn't going like that. We've seen Kevin Feige. He don't make moves like that. Only time he really kind of just threw somebody in was Spider-Man. And even then they had they made a story and a reason for him. So it might be too fast for the X-Men. And you don't want to get that away for free. They're probably saving that for movies. So I loved it. From episode 1 to episode 9. It started off slow, but I knew it would start off slow because of the type of movie. Type of show it was gonna be, the style it had. And it was gonna have it's a little creepy and a slow build, but you was gonna get somewhere. I know y'all disappointed. Y'all didn't get the Nightmare or the Mephisto or the or whoever else y'all thought was coming. But as far as storytelling, for a couple of answers that we didn't get, who was the rabbit? Who was the person that was in hiding? They had somebody out there in witness protection. So it's a couple of things they didn't answer. Why did Darcy just dip out after she hit dude with the car? So why didn't Doctor Strange or Mordo, show up? This magic was completely. I know they could sense it somewhere. So it's a lot of questions, but if I'm not going to question it and just talk about what I thought the show was, I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. Just so y'all can see a couple of clips, just in case you didn't get to see it. There you go.
Wanda.
This is our home.
So yeah, go check that out. WandaVision, man. It's a good show. If you haven't seen it, I liked it. Nice slow burn, but it's not going to take a lot of your time. The episodes probably average 30 minutes if that. So check it out. I thought it was a good show. Can't wait to see what they do with Doctor Strange. Can't wait to see what they do with Spider-Man, Eternals, Winter Soldier, and Falcon come out in 2 weeks. So on the 19th, I believe. Get to see that. Get right back into more Marvel content. Can't wait for that. And I'm gonna finish off here. I watched this movie called Soylent Green last night. I've heard about Soylent Green. I read about it, or like heard about it, but like read up on it. And basically a movie about it was a movie made in 1973, I believe, but it was basically placed in 2022. And it was really overpopulated. I think in just New York alone, there was 40 million people, and there was a food shortage, and so they were trying to. The food was Soylent Green, which is supposedly they had Soylent Yellow, Soylent Red, but the new thing was like Soylent Green, and that was like supposed to sustain the planet with food like free or whatever the case was. So the maker of the Soylent Green, uh, they end up killing him because of this, the secret of Soylent Green. And throughout the movie, you just see like the people, the citizens. There's like the haves and the have-nots, so like the rich and the poor. There's like no in between. So like the poor have never like they're so used to eating the Soylent crap, and the rich people are eating like real beef and strawberries, and they got ice cubes and all this stuff. And the people like it's a police officer who's investigating. So every time he goes to investigate, like the people be drinking or smoking some fancy cigarette or eating some food, he'll just take it. And he'll say it was really pissing me off a little bit because he just comes in and he just be like, "Oh, let me get some of that." Take their drink and drink it. I'm like, "Bro," he's like, "Oh, you have ice cubes?" I just be like, "Bro, you're here to do a job, not sit here and sip and drink upon it." But there was a lot of weird stuff going on. The only thing that was really weird to me is like the woman that I think she might have been a prostitute. It was like the movie was set in 1973, but it was weird because it's like it didn't change from 1973, but it was supposed to be 2022. So you got the old vehicles, but then like the rich houses look like the Jetsons, kind of like it had like the Jetsons feel. It was weird. They have no idea what 2022 is going to look like. Apparently, they are completely wrong. I mean, as far as that, but as far as like the overpopulation and the food stuff, I think they was on something. But ultimately, like the woman, like the guy who was murdered. I guess they had like he had a woman that he paid to like be with him or something like that. But then like the cop just one day just comes over and he's like, "Yeah, I need to see you." One day he ends up going over there and just sleeps with her. I'm just like, he kind of like falls in love, and I'm just kind of like, "Oh, did I miss a connection between y'all two? Like, how did y'all just get from asking her questions about a murder, and then now you coming over and she go in her room and she just drop her clothes, get in the bed, and y'all just do it like y'all knew each other for 20 years. It was just weird. So he ended up falling for her, or whatever. But basically, the secret was that the Soylent Green, because they had at one point they had these trucks, like these not dump trucks, but like pickup scooping people up and throwing them in the back of these trucks and all this stuff. And it's like it was just weird, man. Ultimately, the Soylent Green was made out of people. and that was a secret that they was trying to tell the people. Like, so they were showing at one point the factory and them throwing people into like the stuff to make like dead corpses and all this stuff. And interesting movie, very interesting. I watched it on HBO Max last night. Very, very interesting. So if y'all got it's like an hour and 30 minutes. Like an hour and 30 minutes. So if you get some time, go ahead and check that out. Soylent Green. I meant to get my game just cut off my TV because I wasn't touching it. You get some time, go and check that out. Interesting. I didn't understand like their relationship. And then somebody was trying to kill him, and then he got flattened by some. Doesn't really matter. Just see it for yourself. I mean, I'm spoiling it for you, but I'm just saying like it was interesting to see what they thought. Like the overpopulation. Like just forget about the way it looks. Just listen to what they're talking about. You know, I'm not saying the whole what they're talking about with the Soylent Green, but I'm saying like the overpopulation and it was weird. The way that we used up all the resources. Like, I mean, it was like 40 people sleeping on the staircase. You know what I'm saying? It was just like people didn't want to live no more. You could go and like schedule your death type of like you can go die and they were going to throw you into the Soylent Green stuff and make you into like this tab of food. It was interesting. I won't get into any conspiracy crap, but just wanted to throw that out there. Soylent Green, very interesting show. Well, I'm supposed to chill with my mom today, and she just called me, so I need to go and call her back. Kennedy's downstairs, and I kicked her out. So get out, go in the house and run around and go do something else. Leave me alone for an hour. We're supposed to watch a movie. So I'm gonna let y'all go, and have a good evening. I'm out. Wait. I gotta do this one time for me. Just one time. Real quick. Hey, what's up? Oh, ooh, bring it back to the bottom of the map. Oh, yeah. All right. Y'all smoke weed now.